Hello friends, this video on alcohol, phenol and ether part 18 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Now let's understand glycol. So what are glycols? They are the ones, they have two OH groups. For example, if you see here, CH2, CH2, in both I have an added OH group. They are called glycols, correct? This is my ethylene glycol. And there are two types. One is vinyl glycols, where the OH groups are added adjacent carbon. For example, in this case, this carbon are adjacent carbon, and this OH groups are attached. So they are called vinyl glycol. The next is polymethylene glycol, where the OH groups are attached at the extreme ends. For example, I have something like this. Let me add hydrogen, right? This is a polymethylene glycol. So this is trimethylene glycol, correct? My polymethylene glycol, and this is my vinyl glycol. Vinyl glycol, the OH groups are attached to adjacent carbon, and here it is extreme carbon. This is extreme and this is adjacent. So let's see the preparation of glycol from ethene. In fact, there are three ways to prepare glycol from ethene. One is the oxidation. I'll take you through all the steps. Oxidation of ethene directly. The second is passing HOCl first and then hydrolyzing whatever output you get. This is one. And the third is you have to heat ethene with Ag under pressure, and then whatever you get output you treat with acid or base. So there are three ways of preparing glycol from ethene. Let's start with the first one. The first one is oxidation. So in this case, what we do is we take CH2, double bond CH2 with this ethene, we oxidize it in presence of KMnO4. So what you get is CH2, OH, CH2, OH. Very easy method to prepare glycol. The next method is passing HOCl, right, that is hypochlorous acid, and then hydrolyzing. So let's see this. I have this CH2, double bond CH2. I use this HOCl first. So what will happen here? This will get OH, this will get Cl. OH, and this becomes Cl. Now I can hydrolyze this with Na2, CO3 and some heat. So what you get is CH2OH and CH2OH. Correct? Let's try the third way. Third way I told is you have to first heat in presence of Ag, right, under pressure, and followed by you treat with acid or base. So let's do this. I have ethene, right? Under pressure I have to heat, obviously in presence of oxygen, right? High temperature, maybe 500 to 700 Kelvin. So I get CH2, CH2, and oxygen will come here. Now I can treat with acid or base, whatever I want. I'll get CH2OH. Correct. Now let's understand some physical properties of glycol. They are all liquid. If you see, this is how it looks. They are all liquid glycols. They are colorless. You see, they are transparent. They are syrupy. If you see, it is little viscous, little syrupy. They are sweetish, sweet in taste, and they are hygroscopic also. They absorb water. They are water soluble. But it is insoluble in ether. We'll talk about chemical properties of glycol now. So here we'll talk only about two things. One is oxidation, the other is dehydration. Let's talk about oxidation first. So here also we'll not understand much about the mechanism, just understand that the oxidation, the product is different based on the condition. So if you use nitric acid, I'll get something else. I'll explain these all. Nitric acid, the one option. The other option we'll talk about is the periodic acid. And the other we'll use is KMnO4. Right? So first let me use the first one, that is nitric acid. So if I use nitric acid, now I have a glycol. If I use nitric acid, what I get is oxalic acid. Please remember this term. This is oxalic acid. This is oxalic acid. Correct? Nitric. If you oxidize with nitric acid, you get oxalic acid. The next is you oxidize with periodic acid. Right? I have CH2OH, CH2OH, and this HiO4. You get HCOH, and you get 2 actually, and you get HiO3 plus water. We'll not discuss the mechanism of all this, not required for our syllabus. Right? These two are done. The next is KMnO4. So if it is oxidized with KMnO4, in fact acidified KMnO4. So same CH2OH, CH2OH, this is react with acidified KMnO4. What you get is HCOOH. So if you see, the output is different, right? This is oxalic acid, this is formaldehyde, and this is carboxylic acid. Output is different depending on the oxidation agent we use. Now we'll talk about dehydration. So here also, depending on different conditions, we'll get different output. We'll discuss here ZnCl2. We'll discuss here heat, that is almost 780 Kelvin. We'll discuss H3PO4, and we'll also discuss H2SO4. So let's start with ZnCl2. So I have CH2OH, CH2OH, again the glycol. I'm doing a dehydration in the presence of ZnCl2. So I'm removing water, I get CH3COH. Let's see the another one, that is heat. So if you see, this guy is that ethanol. So if we just use heat, see what happens. I'll just show you. So in this case, this water molecule comes out like this. So what you get is CH2O, CH2O. This is ethylene oxide plus water. Correct? So let's see the third one, that is H3PO4. So I have CH2OH, CH2OH, one more CH2OH, we get OH like this. Yeah. Now what happens is, this is removed. If I use H3PO4 here, please remember I just use temperature 780 Kelvin. So with this, you again say minus H2O, and what you get is CH2OH, CH2O, CH2OH. Correct? This is what you get. Let's try the last option which we had, and that is nothing but H2SO4. Let's see the reaction here. So same thing, I'll use here 2 glycols, and now if you see here, it removes 2 water molecules. It's very strong guy, right? Do this one and this one. This H2BHO. Yeah. So this, what you get is CH2, there's an O here, there's an O here, CH2. Dioxane. These are the 4 different options based on the different type of agent used. Let's see the uses of glycol now. It is used for antifreeze in the car, in the cold area. It is used to prevent ice formation in the aeroplane wings. It is used to prepare explosives. It is used to prepare synthetic fibers. Thank you. Visit our website examfear.com to watch more and more quality educational videos. You can also attempt free online tests that are there in our website. You can also get access to tons of free study materials, and you can also find free tutors and mentors in this website. Thanks a lot for watching.